Episode 22, 5-to-1 Vacation Destinations. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, good job. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of 5-to-1. 5-to-1 is all about the countdown from our panel of experts on a different topic each week. Today, we are featuring the best vacation destinations in our style of counting down from
5-to-1.
So we are taking a break from our typical pop culture topics and going with something a little different. We've done this a few times. We did 5-to-1 places to eat, the fall, camping, and those episodes were all fun. I think they were good episodes for us, yeah?
Yeah. Well, there's too many, there's 22 to name.
Well, I'm talking about the ones that aren't pop culture related.
We should do a fast food one. We should do a top 5 fast food
No, that
places.
wouldn't really work because we've already done a...
Yeah, but fast food is different. And let's face it, if we're going to have 1,000 episodes, we're going to have to, rehash some topics, but in different styles. Yeah. So the fall and camping, when we did those, they were topical because, well, we were in the fall when we recorded it, and we like to go camping during that time. Now we're in January, and this isn't prime vacation time for most people, including us. But we do have a vacation on the horizon, yeah?
Yeah.
Planned for spring break, and maybe this discussion will help tide us over until March arrives and we set sail.
Just saying, cruise is not on my list because I have not tried it yet, so I can't put it on my list.
Well, you should save your list for when we talk about our
Also,
lists.
I'm just going to point something out. Sometimes choosing the topics for 5-to-1 are bad, because there's all three something that one of us likes, but the rest doesn't really like. I like Funko Pops, Kay likes Destiny, and you like...
You don't have to make your list so specific. You don't have to be like, what are the top 5 Funko Pops? You could say, what are the top 5 things to collect?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's lots of things you can do. They don't have to be so specific, and they also don't have to be characters of movies.
But I prefer characters because maybe what I collect.
Yeah. Okay, well, hosting duties today will be handled by 3 of us. I am Chrysibian Cruz. And I am joined by my 2 players with passports.
It's the international player with the passport.
My 12-year-old Vancouver Cadenada and my 9-year-old Jetmaker. Yeah, man.
Oh, mine is awesome.
I like that one. You did good this week, but mine was the worst.
Yeah, yours was kind of not as cool. But whatever, it works, Cadenada. Are we ready for the...
Pew, pew, pew,
Good.
pew.
Glenn Solomon Fun Fact of the Week.
Oh, I forgot. Pew, pew, pew,
Good.
pew. I forgot about this.
You forgot about the Glenn Solomon Fun Fact of the Week? How could you forget about your grandpa? You know he's listening to this.
You know, I didn't forget about Grandpa. I just haven't done the podcast in a while, you know?
Yeah, like a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this week will actually feature fun facts with an S, plural, not just one. Here are some interesting facts about potential vacation destinations, some of which might have made our list. Saudi Arabia is one of very few countries in the world with no rivers. On the Falkland Islands, sheep outnumber people 200-1. So for every one person, there's 200 sheep.
Where is this?
Falkland Islands. In the United States, there are always at least 61,000 people flying in the air on planes. During peak time, there's much more. That's more than a lot of cities. The U.S. also houses 25% of the entire world's prison population. That's about 2.2 million people. Indonesia has 127 active volcanoes.
Wow.
crazy. Singapore
That's insane.
is the largest country on Earth that is completely urbanized, no farms at all. So it's like
Wait, really?
it's
There's like no
Coruscant.
grass, no trees, no.
I didn't say that. There's no farms.
Oh,
It's urbanized. If you go to downtown
urbanized.
Dallas, there's still grass and trees there, but it's urbanized. It's a city. It's just like Coruscant. Canada has the most lakes of any country in the world. In fact, 60% of all of the world's lakes can be found in Canada.
Just to point this out, there's a lot of stars right now in this episode so far.
There usually is. The Maldives is the lowest nation on Earth and is expected to be swallowed up by the sea one day. Russia, Siberia has dense, endless forests that produce most of the world's oxygen. Haiti, on the other hand, has basically no trees at all due to deforestation.
that's sad.
Do you guys know which country has the most islands? Any guesses? Besides silence?
Pacific Ocean.
USA,
Not the USA.
Pacific Ocean.
Pacific Ocean is not a country.
South Sandwich Islands, because that's a thing, and we always make fun of it on the map at school.
I would have guessed Indonesia. And they do have
wait, I know.
18,000 islands. What?
Argentina.
No. Indonesia has 18,000 islands, which is a lot, and I thought that was the most, but Finland has over 180,000 islands.
Dang, that's a lot.
What-
Finland.
Crazy, right?
I like that name.
Do you know all the words to our national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see?
Do you know all the words to it? I'm not asking you to sing it. I'm asking you yes or no. Do you know all the words
Yeah.
to it?
I do, but sometimes I forget them.
Well, the Greek national anthem has an epic 158 verses.
That's-
So be thankful you're not Greek.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know which animal kills the most people each year in Africa? Guess.
Mosquitoes.
Tiger.
I don't think it's counting mosquitoes as an animal. Non-insect.
Lion.
Tigers.
Lion, not lion, not crocodile. It's the hippopotamus.
What?
Wait, what? How? Why? How? How?
The elevators in the Eiffel Tower in Paris travel 64,000 miles per year. Up and down, obviously.
So many facts. I'm like lost.
I got two more. San Marino is a tiny country with about 33,000 people. It's the only country to have more cars than people.
What? That's impossible.
There's another Star Wars. In Turkmenistan, somewhere in the desert, you can find what they call the Door to Hell, which is a huge burning crater that has been on fire for 40 years.
Wasn't it like a natural gas leak, and then they were gonna burn it off, and like after like a few days, they thought, okay, it's gonna be gone, but now it keeps going. Yeah, and they called it.
I don't have that in my notes, so it could be. I don't know.
Because I remember it. It's like 100 feet wide, or close to 100 feet wide, really long.
I think it's more
okay.
than that, because I think I read that it was like 60 meters, which would be like 180 feet.
Yeah, and it was like they're like, oh, it's a natural bundle of natural gas, and so they're like, well, set it on fire and it'll burn out the entire thing
That
after
makes
like
sense.
a few days.
And it
you
just
know?
keeps burning
and it
and
just
burning.
keeps burning and burning and burning and burning.
You could be right. I don't know. I didn't research it in that much detail, but sounds...
Because I used to watch those top 5 fact things, cool things, and that was one of them. And I saw it in multiple things. I'm like, wow.
Okay,
Huh, could be.
moving
I want
on.
to I want to go there.
All right, moving on.
Feedback.
I'd like to start our
Wait,
feedback.
Just to point this out, shouldn't we do like feedback at the end?
I considered that, but I kind of like doing it up front and then getting on right into our lists.
Because like usually when I hear things, I just think of feedback like at the end.
Yeah, it could go either way. I don't know. I kind of like
I
doing
think
it
it's a smoother transition without it.
without it up front.
Yeah.
So if we go right into the 5 from the
I
fun fact
agree.
into our 5 to 1 and then feedback at the end.
Yeah.
No. It's a smoother transition if we do all the extra stuff in the beginning and then
Oh,
get on
yeah,
with the
like-
list, worst, honorable mentions, and it's over.
Yeah.
Or list, honorable mentions, worst, and then it's over.
It works either way. Maybe we can switch it up sometimes.
Actually, I think I like it this way because I like talking at the end.
Okay.
We should have a
Well,
reverse day where we do everything in reverse. So you say
so we go 1 to 5.
we go 1 to 5,
And
and
we
then
go
That'd be so
worst
boring.
honorable mention, then 1 to 5, then feedback, then Glenn Solomon fun fact of the week.
and we should go like the extra mile, and then say like the intro beginning part at the very end, and then like the ending part at the very front.
So you would start with saying, I love you.
Start with saying,
All right,
love it.
let's just get
Okay,
on.
well, here's we did get a voicemail this week, and I wanted to play it. Are you guys ready?
sure.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's your number one fan, Casey, calling. I've been meaning to call in for a while now because I wanted to call after I saw Rogue One. because I had a lot of thoughts about Star Wars that I thought you guys might want to talk about. But since I waited so long, maybe I'll just say that I think it, in my mind, hasn't aged quite as well as I would have thought. It was really fun when I saw it, and I enjoyed the experience, but like I would analogize it to when I saw Avatar, I think with Evan in the theaters, and we saw it in 3D, and I think we high-fived at the end because it was such a fun, like, visual experience. But when I think back now, I don't think like, oh man, Avatar was such a great movie. It's more like, oh, it was really fun. And that's how I felt about Rogue One. I mean, not quite to the same extreme because it ties in with the story and there's some nostalgia, but it's not something I look back and think, oh, it was a great movie. It was fun and I enjoyed it. So I guess I also wanted to recommend a show idea for you guys. I really like the time travel episode, and I was thinking, it would be a good one if you wanted to do your top 5 people who you would want to meet. Maybe it's 2 episodes because there's one of people who are real and people from movie characters and stuff. But I think it'd be really interesting to hear about your top 5 people to meet. All right, guys, I love the show, and not just because I know you guys. You're doing a great job, and I am telling my friends about it. So keep up the good work.
Now I know the next episode.
I was going to say that's a great idea. So you got your next episode
lined up. You mean
like
actors or models?
Yeah, just people. Anybody. They don't have to be famous.
Can they be dead?
Yeah.
Oh, I have some. I'm going to do some. I actually have to think about my list now.
For more than 8 seconds?
Yeah.
For more than it takes me to poop?
Yeah.
Casey, thank you for the voicemail. We love getting voicemails. About your Star Wars comments, I kind of agree. I really liked Rogue One. It was really fun. It doesn't hit me as like an amazing movie, like if we're going to use other Star Wars movies as a comparison. The Empire Strikes Back, it is an amazing movie. Rogue One is not an amazing movie, but it was super fun to watch. When I compare it to The Force Awakens, I think the fact that it was a fun movie to watch and it isn't so heavy kind of makes it more rewatchable for me. Like, I think I could watch Rogue One more than I could The Force Awakens. But yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. And I also think that maybe The Force Awakens will become more rewatchable when we get the full story. We only have 1/3 of that trilogy right now. So anyway, yeah, good point. I agree. And thank you for the call, and we love you. Also, I got a text from Dave Ostalos, who is another listener and one of my other roommates. He said about our Stranger Theories episode, quote, "Oh my God, Chris, I'm having Lori listen to this ep. Love it," end quote. So, Dave, thank you for the positive feedback. And lastly, I'd like to give a shout out to loyal listener Shelly for always listening, commenting, and sharing our podcast on Facebook. I think we need to have her on as a guest host in the near future if we can find a good topic.
Mimi!
We can Skype her in, yeah?
Mimi, yay!
She'll complain if it's a Star Wars topic, even though we all know she's secretly a huge closet fan.
She loves Star Wars so much. It's her favorite thing ever to watch. She loves it. She made like on the outside of her, she's like, oh, I don't like Star Wars because all the boys like it and stuff like that, and all you guys like it, and you guys are annoying and loud when you guys come over. So but on the inside, like all through her body, she just, man, Star Wars is the best thing in her life. She probably has like an internal tattoo of Star Wars somewhere. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Maybe like I've seen people that have tattoos on their teeth. You can't see them unless you like look at it with a flashlight.
She loves what's it called, Star Wars, but she doesn't want to say it because she always annoys us. Like when she comes over, she flips all the pictures upside down on the fridge.
She does do that. You're right. She does that a lot. But that's why we love her, right? Mm-hmm. And we're going to have her on the show sometime soon. Okay, so onto our list, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Kate, do you want to go first?
Yeah, obviously.
That's
all right. What's your
number 5?
My number 5 is the Florida beach houses right next to a beach.
Okay.
Because Florida has like one of the best beaches in the world. I've always wanted to see like clear water where you could actually see through it. And it's kind of gross going to Texas beaches. You know,
yeah, most of them aren't that nice. Not all of them. I mean, there's some nice ones in South Padre.
But like the Texas beaches, if you go in the water, like, yay, water! It's all like brown.
Galveston is, yeah.
Yeah, and then like I jump in the water, and then it's just seaweed. I'm like, ugh. And then there's the occasional dead jellyfish that stings you, and then you're just, oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, South Padre is actually really nice, and that's in Texas, but it's just as far away of a drive as Florida.
It is?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's all the way in like South Texas. It's like a 10 to 12-hour drive. So is Destin. Yes, we did stay at a Florida beach. Was it
was a
last year?
blast.
We went to Destin. We've actually been to Destin twice together. We went once on the way back from Disney World. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I have a question. Have you ever had a scary dream but cool and liked?
This is really random, but
no, it's not random because
Have I ever had a scary dream that's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Like,
Usually when I have scary dreams, they're not very cool. I just want to wake up.
oh, because I had a scary one, kind of freaky, but it was cool there. Like, it was weird.
On the beach?
On the beach house when I went to sleep.
Oh, so when we were at the beach, you had a scary dream while we were there.
Yeah,
not about the beach.
It was cool. It's just it's a long story.
Do you want to tell the story? It kind of sounds like you do.
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, no, I don't think I've had a dream like that.
Well, anyway, my Florida beach, number 5.
Yeah.
The sand is white, and I
Yeah.
like that. It's like sugar.
And it feels really good on your feet.
I know, and there's not ants.
It's like really soft.
I would usually when I go to the beach, I'm like, guys, dig me a hole. I'm gonna go in the sand. That's my first thought when I go to a beach.
I'm gonna talk about.
But then I step on the beach in Texas. I'm like, I'm keeping my shoes on.
It's not that bad. You're being a little dramatic.
There's ants everywhere, and I hate ants.
There's not ants everywhere on the beach.
Well, I wouldn't dig my feet in there because when I got back, like when we got back into the car, I had ant bites over my leg. I had like 6 on one leg.
You have a irrational fear of ants.
Any ants, I don't like them.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
But
anyway,
you like the beaches in Florida, and so a house on the beach in Florida would be your number 5.
yes.
Alright, I'm gonna talk about the beach later.
Okay. Jet, what's your number 5?
The movie theater.
As a vacation?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain.
I want to go to the movie theater because it's awesome.
I love the movie theater, but
I know, but it's not a vacation.
You mean like the movie theater in Florida?
No,
One by the beach?
the movie theater because like I love it. Like, why not?
Okay.
When I go to the movie theater, I think of it like as a vacation.
Okay.
I think of it like a special treat. Like, wow.
It's like going out to eat dinner.
Unless
or
it's Star
going to
Wars,
play
it's like
mini
I'm
golf.
gonna do this. If I don't do it today,
Like,
I'm just gonna
Because
die.
like if you see a trailer like and it looks really cool, but like you're anticipated to see if it's bad or good.
Yeah, movie theater vacation. Okay.
Interesting.
All
right. So for my list, I went back and forth between places that I really want to go that are on my wish list and places that I've already been. That way I have a wish list combined with some like stories from cool vacations we've already been on.
Same, dude.
And I also wanted to have a diverse list. So for example, I wouldn't have, if I picked a house on the beach, I wouldn't also pick Hawaii because I've already picked a beach location, right? So
Yeah.
you don't have to follow my rules. If you picked Hawaii for a different one, keep it. These are my rules for my list. So
I might change it.
Don't change your list. Just stick with it. I didn't want to have 2 beach locations, so unless there was like something really special about it. So I have kind of some diversity, and I go back and forth. So for my number 5, I picked a place that's on my wish list, and that would be the Philippines.
Nice.
I wanted to pick an Asian country of some sort as a wish list destination since I've never been to any of them. I've never been to Asia, period. And this was the obvious choice for me. It has a lot of the Asian cultural influence that, you would get going to Japan or China or somewhere else. But it's also the home country of your mother and her family. And I'd love to learn more about it and meet a lot more of her family. And also, it has some pretty awesome beaches being an island nation. So, yeah, Philippines is my number 5. And since, a lot of my choices are international, I'd like to quote Tupac for the second time on this podcast and say, all right, Kate, what is your
Number 4.
My number 4, San Francisco.
nice?
I love San Francisco. There's cool weather, Sausalitos, watermelon juice,
Okay, what else? Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge,
So
water.
This made my honorable mention list, and it really should have made my top 5, and I'll tell you why it didn't when I get to my number 4. But I also love San Francisco. I've been half a dozen times, and I always love it when I go. And my favorite vacation that we've been on as a family was our San Francisco trip. We did a ton. We jam-packed like 5 days. We were
How much
gone.
did that cost, the entire thing?
A lot, but we were gone from like 7 a.m. to like 10 p.m, pretty much 5 days straight doing stuff in San Francisco, and it was amazing.
That little windy road thing with a lot of flowers and bushes and stuff. I like that.
I don't
too.
remember.
That was cool. Yeah, Jet, you were really little when we went. We drove and we spent 1 day at the Grand Canyon.
I remember I was like thinking about getting a lizard, then I got something else.
I don't know. Oh,
Not like
are you
a
talking about
stuffed
a stuffed
animal?
animal? Yeah, I don't remember that. But Arcade got a walking stick at the Grand Canyon. He still has it.
Yeah.
Use it when you go hiking.
I almost lost it. Like
Yeah,
I threw it. The river was going, and I ran,
you
and
ran
I got
and
it.
Yes, I remember.
Kate would have killed me if I didn't get that.
He would have been pretty upset. He said that for a long time.
I would have swam the entire way to go and get that.
It would have been gone if Chet hadn't chased
Really?
it down. Yeah,
Why?
because it was going pretty quickly, and we wouldn't have been able to catch up to it.
Oh.
But anyway, we spent 1 day at the Grand Canyon, and then we spent, I think, 5 days in San Francisco, and then 1 day in Tucson on the way back, which is where I went to school. And at the time, Casey and Nick were living in San Francisco. Now neither one of them do. Nick's in New York, and Casey is in Portland.
Lucky.
Freaking New York.
Yeah.
Portland, come
Yeah.
on.
New York is better than Portland.
I know, but
That's one of
Portland's
my-
really cool.
New York is one of my dream places to go.
Yeah, they're both great, but I'd rather live in Portland.
No.
But I love the Pacific Northwest. We should do 5-to-1 places to live at some point.
We go out and drive a lot, but we can't really do that in New York. It's just gonna be so much traffic, and go and get groceries. We do have to walk all the way there and then walk all the way back, or use Amazon.
However,
Yeah, is that a bad thing?
however, you can.
Sounds good to me. We drive too much. I'd rather walk or use Amazon.
yeah.
However, there's a lot of places that you can go to, and it's like a nice area to walk around.
So, Jet, would you rather go to New York or to the movie theater?
New York?
Did New York make your list?
No.
Okay, just checking.
I forgot, man.
Okay.
I forgot, man.
All right.
Freaking
So,
idiot.
San Francisco is amazing. I love it too. It almost made my list, and it should have, and I'll explain why it didn't in a minute. Jet, what's your number 4?
Put Disney World.
Nice. So we went.
Nice.
Do you remember our trip to Disney World?
It's honorable
Yes.
mention for me.
I don't remember as much as Universal Studios as much.
That was the same trip, though. But you
Yeah,
remember?
Universal Studios was better.
Did you put both of them on your list
Yeah.
as separate entries?
Yeah.
Okay. I put as an honorable mention Orlando, which includes Universal Studios and Disney World.
And Florida, because Florida's cool.
Yeah, but if you pick a beach destination in Florida, it's different than Orlando
Florida.
because you don't go to Orlando to go to the beach. I mean, it's not too far away, but you go to Disney World or Universal. I preferred Universal also over Disney,
yeah,
but they were both
definitely.
They were both super fun.
It was just like a cooler place to be in and sit around in Universal Studios.
Yeah, because
not sit around, but yeah.
we did. That was the only place we sat around was at Universal because we did everything, and then we went and chilled out at the Harry Potter land for
which was
like a
amazing.
couple
All the
hours.
buildings looked awesome and
I was so jealous. I didn't get to ride
Englandish.
I was so jealous.
Englandish.
I wasn't
Or
tall
English,
enough to
whatever.
ride the ride.
Yeah, but you are now, so we need to go back. And you did wait in line. Do you remember waiting in line with us for
Yeah,
that
and
one?
it was awesome. Like
Yeah.
the paintings were moving.
Even the line was awesome for the Harry Potter ride.
I had no problem sitting in that line. It was perfect. I was like, wow.
yeah.
I was staring at the paintings the whole time.
I'd be
It
so
was
sad.
really
It'd be so
cool.
sad if they brought that down.
They've actually expanded since we
Yeah?
went. Yeah, there's more stuff there now.
We need to go
That's
to it.
amazing. Because like Disney World is like, there's a lot of parts of it that they're really. Disney World's really fun, but there's some parts of it.
Do you think they have Funko Pops there?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we didn't actually do all of Disney. We did the Magic Kingdom, which is their big park with a castle and most of the rides, and we did Hollywood Studios, which is where the Star Wars ride was, and a few others that are kind of like that type of
They
ride.
didn't have Star Wars, like the actual thing.
But they had the Star Tours.
Yeah,
the
I
ride.
remember that.
We did not do the Animal Kingdom or Epcot because I thought those were being more boring. But a lot of people love those.
I don't know why it just doesn't seem fun to me. I'm like, I'm just not interested in that.
I think it would still be fun, but we were there for 4 days, and we wanted to jam pack it with like as much as we could. So we did Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and then we did both parks at Universal Studios. And
some people say that their fireworks shows are like the best in the world. They're okay. They're really good, but they're okay.
It was amazing at Disney. The fireworks show, the one that was on Halloween night. Do you remember that?
I think so. I remember it being like good.
Holy moly, it was awesome.
That was the greatest fireworks show I've ever seen.
I like the Star Wars.
The Star Wars one was even better.
I love the Star Wars one, but honestly, I didn't like.
I'm
it
not
as
saying
much.
it's better because it was Star Wars. I'm saying those were the coolest fireworks I'd ever seen. Period. It was amazing.
Honestly, no, not.
Yeah, that's
really,
my favorite fireworks show I've ever been to, ever.
It was.
Nothing could compete with it.
Was
one, because it's Star Wars, and I'm a little bit biased. But
you read my mind every time.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit biased because of it, but it was really cool. They matched it up with the song, which I think is amazing. They're gonna have to time setting it off
like you guys
3 seconds before they know what's gonna happen. So there's probably like 20
Honestly,
people that are experts back there just trying to figure okay, like
it must have been a lot of hard work.
I think you guys only say that because it's Star Wars.
I'm telling you, that was, despite the fact it was Star Wars, those fireworks were it was the longest and brightest and biggest fireworks show I've ever seen that also happened to be timed to Star Wars. It was awesome. Okay, my number 4, I picked Austin. And this is where I was going to put San Francisco, because in reality, if I could pick one to go to right now, it would be San Francisco. However, I picked Austin because we go all the time, and we always have an awesome time there.
I didn't choose Austin because it's not really a vacation to me. It's amazing like a vacation, but it's just happened so often that
we go a couple times a year.
I don't feel like it. It's a vacation like.
It is a vacation.
I also picked it because we're going this weekend, so I thought it would be topical.
And I'm going on February too.
We go every year for wrestling, at least once for wrestling, and sometimes twice for wrestling. And we usually squeeze in another trip or two just for fun. During the summer, we'll go down and spend a weekend there or whatever. There's a ton to do in the city. There's awesome food. There's a ton to do nearby to satisfy our outdoorsy appetite, like hiking and rivers and lakes and caves and etc. It's just an
cliff jumping.
It's just an amazing place, and I think we would probably live there if we weren't so involved with wrestling and tied to our home here. But then it wouldn't be a vacation destination anymore. It would be our home, so it wouldn't make my list. So yeah, that was my number 4. Cade, what is your
number 3?
My number 3 is Hong Kong, China.
Okay, why Hong Kong?
Because I've seen a lot of Food Networks there,
and also
it shows a cinematic view of the cities and stuff, and it's a really cool looking place. And I've always been into Chinese, Japanese culture and stuff like that.
Yeah,
since I was in 3rd grade.
You're not in the microphone right now.
I've been really into stuff like that, ever since I was in since 2nd and 3rd grade. We used to go to the library and get 2 books. I get one book about animals because I read about animals a lot, and then I get a book about cultures in China or Japanese. And there used to be these myth books, and they had a little section that was $5. It was myths about India, Greek mythology myths, Chinese old myths. I used to read those all the time, and I read them again over and over again so I could read them more and more. And I've just been really into it. And their food there, oh my gosh, their food looks so good. It looks spicy, so I could build up my spiciness so I can actually eat hot wings when we go to Buffalo Wild Wings and Pluckers. So yeah, it seems really fun. The food seems really good.
Yeah.
And I just like that there.
Cool.
And I learned a new language, or I tried to.
Yeah.
You know.
Jet, what were you going to say about
I'll use
China?
Google Translation.
I'm surprised you didn't pick a car book when you went to the library. Weren't you really, really, really into cars at 2nd and 3rd grade?
No.
No.
When he was little, he was into that kind of stuff. All I remember from those years, you would always have an animal book. Learn everything about sharks or learn everything about crocodiles. You'd have them all the time. Jet, were you going to say something about China? Because right when Kate started to talk, you wanted to say something.
No, he said what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that pick, and like I said, I wanted to have an Asian choice too. I just chose the Philippines instead. So, cool. Jet, what's your number 3?
Wait, one more thing. I don't know if the Great Wall of China is next to Hong Kong, China.
I don't know either, but I don't think it is.
But if it is, obviously I'm going to do that. That's
Maybe it is.
awesome.
I don't know the geography.
The
that
biggest man-made structure of all time that you can see from space.
well. Yeah,
Like that sounds interesting.
it does. I'd love to see the Great Wall. There's a movie coming out about it.
Just
Really?
skip my number 3 because we already talked about it.
Universal.
Mm.
Okay. All right. My number 3 is another wish list choice, and I picked Ireland.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I've been to Europe twice across several different countries, but I've never been to Ireland. And after we scratched the Philippines off the list, it would only make sense to visit the country where my heritage predominantly comes from. I'm a mixture of a lot of European countries, but I'm more Irish than anything else. And there's a lot of history there to learn about and see. And there's a lot of natural.
It's honorable mention for me.
There's a lot of natural beauty.
Actually made honorable mentions this time, so
what
I have that. As
what
an
was
honorable
it?
mention.
Your number 3?
Ireland.
Oh yeah, Ireland.
I'd love to see the cliffs of Moher. I think that's how you say it. Moher. The cliffs of Moher.
That sounds very Lord of the Rings.
It does,
type.
and it might be where our name comes from, our last name, because I have a lot of Irish heritage.
Yeah, you're Irish.
And a lot of people whose last
right?
name is Moore come from that area. So it could be. I don't know for sure.
Wow, I want to live in Lord of the Rings.
Have you guys ever seen the cliffs of Moher?
No, you need to show us a picture.
I mean,
They're amazing, and I've always wanted to.
What is it?
see
Is
them.
it mountains?
It's like the border of the country, which is it's surrounded by ocean on that side. Maybe it's an island, the whole thing. I don't know. But that side it's like ocean and then cliffs. And those cliffs are beautiful. They like kind of wind and they're awesome looking. And you should definitely Google cliffs of Moher. Moher.
yeah, it sounds like Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings would have awesome places, but I would like to have the stuff that's in their universe. But honestly, I don't know if I would want to live in the world because I would probably get killed by orcs.
By an orc. Yeah, I had I considered New Zealand for my list. It didn't make it, but that's where a lot of Lord of the Rings was filmed at.
Yeah, they
Isn't
have
New
like.
Zealand like a really pretty place?
Yes, it is. It's off the coast. It's an island
do
off
you
the
know-
coast of Australia.
Do you know
It's
where
amazing.
they recorded that lava pit thing?
That was CGI. The same CGI they used on Mustafar for Revenge of the Sith.
I would want to see Gollum there.
Jinx.
Yeah.
If I had the ring and like Frodo, we were like, "Hey, give
What
me
if
the ring."
Gollum fell in, and as he was falling, he looked to the side and saw Anakin burning?
And then Anakin looks over to the side and he's Terminator's thumb going down.
Different lava, but yeah, good call. Okay, so Ireland is my number 3. Cade, what is your...
Number 2.
My number 2 is Italy.
That is also my number 2.
Yay! We think the same. And we had a Jinx area. So Jinx, pinch, poke, you owe me a
I
Coke.
don't think we said it at the same time.
Yeah, we did. We said Revenge of the Sith at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Jinx.
You can punch me later.
Pinch, poke, you owe me a Coke. Pinch me.
You owe me a Pepsi?
Well, that
Pinch.
was sure.
It's wait. Pinch, or something that ends with ack, and then you owe me a Cadillac.
Well,
I don't know. I heard
that
it at school.
Coke
so-
one.
Okay.
That
Good job.
Coke one is sure a provoke.
Nice. Jed.
Yeah, mad skills. All right, why is Italy your number 2?
It's awesome. Like there's like breadsticks and frogs.
Frogs?
What are you
Frogs,
talking
yeah.
about?
Italy has frogs?
Yeah, wasn't there like a frog overload of like mass population of frogs a while ago? And they went and tried to kill them, and so people like came out and started trying to decrease population of frogs, and they tried to kill them with something, and then it made more frogs, and then now there's like a huge population of frogs somewhere in Italy.
I don't know. You must have read this somewhere. I've never heard that. But
My English teacher told me this sometimes.
okay. Italy is one of mine that I have been to. I've actually been to Italy twice, but it is my top choice for all the places that I've already visited. There's so much to see there.
What about Paris?
Paris is also amazing, but it did not quite make the cut. It's on my honorable mention. I have been to Paris once.
I like the meme where it says like what normal people see, and it shows like a bunch of people like looking off a balcony and seeing the Eiffel Tower, and then they're like, "Oh wow, look!" And then and it says what gamers see, and it shows from a clip from from World at War, the Call of Duty, and the Nazis collapsed the Eiffel Tower in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And then it shows like the guy standing off the balcony, holding the gun, looking at the Eiffel Tower being like collapsed and falling down.
Right. Yeah, that's not me. I'm a normal person, I guess. But yeah, inside Italy, Rome has to be my favorite of the Italian cities to visit. Rome is just rife with history.
Wait, where is Greece located?
That's a country right across the sea, a narrow sea between Italy. Italy and Greece are just across the sea from each other.
Okay, I guess it's kind of they're close together on the map, so then that goes kind of with my.
It's a similar choice, but it's not the same. They're different locations. They're different countries. Rome has got a lot of history in it. It's like everywhere you go, you could be walking through the city, and there's just remnants of the Roman Empire scattered throughout. Every plaza you go to has a story. Have you ever heard of the Pantheon?
Yes,
it's
I
like
love the Pantheon.
Mom and I, when last time we went to Rome, we were just walking around and we just stumbled upon the Pantheon. Like we just walked and oh look, there's the Pantheon. It's just right there in the middle of the city, and it's amazing. And there's so much history, and it's just beautiful. And of course, the Colosseum. You know what the Colosseum is, right?
I bet you that's so bad.
That's something everybody needs to see at least once in their life. Jed, do you know what the Colosseum is? It's like where the gladiators fought.
I think I've heard of it.
It's so cool.
It's still there. Like
I want to go.
It's amazing. Yeah, well, you will go someday. Florence is another city in Italy. That's where I would choose to live if I were to move to Italy. It feels like when you're there, like you're taken back in time to the Renaissance. There's art everywhere. Venice is a must-see for everyone at least once in their life. That's the floating city where there's no streets. It's just canals.
Boats.
And you have to take a boat to get to wherever you want to go, and there's a lot of bridges, but there's no streets. It's amazing. And if you go up north, there's like mountainous country, and it's a very different climate. It's like you run into the Alps basically when you get to the border with Switzerland. I've been to a few places up north like Milan and Verona and Venice, but the further you get up north, you get like the beautiful mountains. And also, if we want to go back to Star Wars, northern Italy has Lake Como, and in addition to being ridiculously beautiful,
there, I think.
That's where scenes from Naboo were filmed. Also, there's a southern
Italian
city.
Place?
Yeah,
I want to go there.
There's a southern Italian city called Caserta, and there were other scenes from like the Naboo castle that were filmed there. I could go on about Italy for a long time.
Was it the same place where the guy?
That guy?
Yeah.
That was underwater.
No, there's a second scene with him.
Oh, when they had the battle?
Yeah. No, not the battle. When Padme reveals that she's the queen.
I don't know where that was filmed. The palace was in Caserta, and the Lake Como was when
That's a real palace?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Anakin and Padme when they were like in the second one when they're like falling in love and they're rolling around in the grass and those really, really painful to watch cheesy love scenes.
Like, oh my god.
That was
just end this and just get on with the story. Like no one wants to see.
That was Lake Como. So yeah, that's also my number 2. Jet, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is California.
Okay. Anywhere specific in California?
No, because like I heard a long time ago you guys like used to live in California.
Never lived in California.
Right, but I've heard of it and it like sounds awesome.
You've been there. San Francisco is in California.
What? I was right.
Wait, where's LA?
You guys used to live in San Francisco.
We never lived there. I had roommates that lived there, and I visited there. I've never lived there.
We lived in San Francisco. We used to live there.
Hey, isn't Reno in San Francisco?
You've only lived in Texas. Cade also lived in Arizona for a little while, but never California.
2 states.
So in Southern California, you have Los Angeles and San Diego. Northern California is where San Francisco is.
Where's Reno?
Reno is in Nevada, which is...
Isn't it like right on the border? Them two?
It does border California.
Okay, I see. I was like, isn't... Because I was like, I can't remember where I heard this. It was just like Reno. Some people are arguing it's in San Francisco. No, it's in Nevada.
Well, it can't be in San Francisco. That's just another city. Do you mean in California?
California, yeah.
No, it's in Nevada, and it's known as the biggest little city in the world. It's like a miniature Las Vegas, basically. Also in Nevada.
Bootleg Las Vegas.
Yeah. Okay, so I love California, Jet. I've never lived there. I had the opportunity to out of school. I was offered a job in the Bay Area, and I turned it down because Mom and I wanted to get back to Texas at the time.
I'm curious.
Now we often think about, like, why didn't we take that job? Because it would have been awesome. I was actually at a company called Intuit, and their campus where I would have worked is on the same campus as Google, which is supposedly amazing.
Man, that's like...
I also had a job interview at Google And but by the time they called me back, I had just accepted the job that I took at BAE Systems when we moved to Katy, and I didn't feel right about pursuing another job when I just accepted another one. So
you must have been really into that job then.
No, I mean they gave me
into it
into it. Got it. They gave me a big raise, but I wasn't into it. I just didn't feel right about it. But that's 2 missed opportunities to live in California that we just kind of passed up, and now we're still in Texas.
It's too hot down here.
Yeah. I mean, Texas has some positive attributes, but come on, California?
Can't pass up California. It's just too valuable.
So,
wait, I'm curious what your number ones are.
Next.
You want to guess what our number ones are?
No, actually, no. Do my number one now.
You won't guess my number one. Neither one of you would guess my number one.
Really?
Yeah.
Greek.
Nope.
Greek is not a place.
Yeah, it is.
Greece.
That's what I said.
Okay.
All right, Cade, what is your
Number 1.
My number one is the place where they filmed Star Wars, the Jedi Steps.
Oh, okay. So that is Skellig Michael is the name of the island, and that is in Ireland.
That's my number one. That's just so cool. I want to walk up.
I should have noted that in my. I didn't even think about that in my Ireland choice.
Right when Jet told me the subject topic for this episode, I'm like, my number one. I know it. We
will go there someday.
Yes, no matter what.
You'll spend all of my phone and I'm going to play on Spotify the Jedi Steps song while I go and walk up the steps, and I'm going to be pretending I'm holding a lightsaber, and I'm going to hand it to some guy I find with a beard there.
Or should it be we handing the lightsaber to you?
If you go up there and Mark Hamill's just sitting there.
Like looking over the cliff?
Yeah.
Pretending that he's like doing something important?
No, it's just some old guy in robes. And that's it. He's just standing there. He turns around and he is like looking at you. I'm like,
yeah, this is a song I'm going to play while I'm walking up the steps. This is the best song from the movie, I think.
Yes.
I think so too. It's
I like Ray's theme a lot.
This is similar to Ray's
I like
theme.
this one better than Ray's. Because this is the most emotional when you finally freaking see Luke after the whole freaking movie.
And by the way, we now know the title of episode 8, The Last Jedi. So we need to have something related to that in one of our episodes. But yeah, I would definitely play this song as I'm walking up those steps. And it looks like not only is it Star Wars, which is cool, but it just looks really beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Like the grass is growing on the side of the stone wall.
Yeah. Okay, so
just a little bit longer.
It's okay. We don't want to play the whole song. All right. So yeah, great choice for number one, Kate. Good job. Chet, what's your number one?
New York.
You've changed your list.
No, I didn't.
You told me earlier New York wasn't on your list.
Jet, what was your original number one?
Yeah, what was number one?
Beach.
Okay.
But
where?
What
beach?
Ninja Turtles there. The Better Predator is there.
That's in Los Angeles, actually, and that is the worst Predator. That movie sucks.
You know what I meant. New York is like the dream place, man.
New York is great. I love New York.
You've gone to New York like 4 times for your job.
You're wrong by 16,000 miles.
I mean,
that's wrong by 11,000 miles.
I mean, I really, 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 really want to go to New York. I'll do anything to go to New York.
New York is great. I love New York. There's a lot to see there.
Also,
big cantaloupe.
There's probably there's probably a bunch of Funko Pops there too.
There's Funko Pops everywhere. You shouldn't plan a vacation for Funko Pops.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah, New York is great. I do love it there. I think if I were without children, like if I didn't have kids, I would consider living there. I think it's harder with kids because, well, maybe if they're used to it and you grow up in that environment, that's fine. But when you grow up and you're used to having space and a yard, and it'd be a tough transition to make to go live in a really cramped apartment. Yeah. But if I didn't have kids, I would definitely consider living there. And I do love to visit there. It's super fun. And we need to go. The last time I went was, 5 years ago, maybe more.
My number 2 was also originally Six Flags.
Okay. Also not really a vacation place.
Oh my gosh.
What did he say? Wait, what did he say?
Six Flags.
What What are you talking about now? Stop making lies.
I'm not lying. I'm saying that's like it's an amusement park. It's right down the street from us. It's not a vacation place.
It's not.
We don't have to travel there.
Yes, we do.
It's like a 45-minute drive. Not even that much.
No, it's like 45 times.
If there's no traffic, you can probably get there in 30 minutes.
It's like,
maybe 45.
It's like 45 times 7. I mean, it's a lot of minutes.
Okay, well, I'm glad you changed it. All right, my number one is, you have a guess?
No, I'm so excited. I just want to see what yours is.
My number one is Finland.
Oh.
So this is a wish list because I've never been. In fact, I've never been to any of the Scandinavian or Nordic countries like Finland, Norway, Sweden, Iceland, or Denmark.
Oh, you just named like 2 honorable mentions.
But I would love to visit any of them. They seem perfect from an outsider's perspective. They're beautiful. They have beautiful nature, beautiful people. They're peaceful. They're prosperous countries with lots of history. If I'd picked Norway, I would have also been able to visit the filming of the location of The Empire Strikes Back, the Hoth scenes. But I didn't.
Like I said, there's a lot of freaking Star Wars in this episode.
There is. But I picked Finland, and the reason I picked Finland in particular is mostly because of you, Jet. Because when you were little, really little, and I'd imagine this is probably still the case, you said you wanted to travel the world and have adventures.
Yeah.
And I asked if I could go with you, and you're like, yeah. And I said, well, where do you want to go? And your number one adventure was going to see the Northern Lights, or the Aurora Borealis. Do you remember this?
Yeah, but I wouldn't really count that as a vacation for me.
Oh, but the movie theater is vacation.
No,
Aurora Borealis sounds like a World of Warcraft like spell.
Also, we might have probably made an episode out of that. Like, there probably would be like top 5 places to travel.
That's what this is. Vacation destinations.
Oh no.
That's exactly what this is.
Also, no. It's not. It's not a vacation.
Hey, Jay, by the way, you're gonna have another vacation this December.
No, we're not. No,
when we go to the movie theater
to see Star Wars.
Yeah, Jet, typically you interpreted your list differently than Kate and I did, and that's fine. Typically when people say vacation destination, that means they're traveling somewhere, like far away, either a long drive or a plane flight, and you
galaxy, like far away, like really far away.
You stay in a hotel.
Out of all places I would go, it would be the Northern Lights, but I didn't count that as a vacation.
Okay, well, I picked it, and in Finland, they have these glass igloos that
I saw those.
You saw them online?
Oh my gosh, yeah! It's like a dome.
It's like a dome, and the whole roof is glass, and you sleep in there, and they're really comfortable and luxurious, but they're made of glass, so you can see and sleep under the Northern Lights.
I want to do that, but I wouldn't count that as a vacation. Still,
I want a bear to like walk by.
How do you define vacation, Jet?
Just don't ask me that question, okay? Just get on with the freaking video.
Well, that is my
every episode.
That is my ultimate vacation, and
I would want to go to the Northern Lights, but it's not a vacation.
Okay, well, when you used to say that you wanted to go, I'd ask you if I could come along too, and you would say yes. And so since then, it's been a goal of mine to see the Aurora Borealis.
Okay, fine. I changed my number one.
Don't change your list.
No, I'm going to change my list. Northern Lights is my number one.
Okay.
If you count it as a vacation.
Maybe not as much as a movie.
Can I go first for honorable mentions?
Yeah, Kate, what do you got for
honorable mention?
So I started off with my number one honorable mention. I'm not gonna do this I'm just kind of like a list going kind of in order of what I want to see.
Do 5 to 1.
I'm just gonna name like 3 places I want to
go. Go for it.
I'm gonna go to Great Britain.
Okay,
so it's a great place.
Like anywhere specific, like London.
Okay. Yeah. I wanted to go to Sweden. I want to go to Iceland.
Okay.
I wanted to go to Canada. I want to go to India. Canada. I want to go to India.
Jones.
That's a lot of international countries you got going on there.
I know. That's really it.
Okay.
I also got like 2 worst.
Okay, we haven't gotten to worst yet. Jet, you said you didn't have any honorable mentions, but any that got knocked off your list that you want to add to your honorable mention list?
Six Flags.
Okay.
And also Northern Lights is my number one.
Okay. My honorable mentions, number 1 is Antarctica because
it's cold.
Yeah, very cold. But I think if you went to Antarctica, almost inevitably you would end up going to a place that no human has ever been before, which I think is really cool. Tunisia, is not a very American-friendly country to travel to right now, and it's a desert country, which I don't like, but it's basically Tatooine. That's where they filmed all of the Tatooine
What
scenes.
about
Got the
Argentina?
sand in your watch.
I have a watch with sand in it from Tatooine,
Where
basically.
is it? You never pay attention to it.
I don't wear it because I'm afraid to, but I have it in a case in my room, and Mom got it for me for Christmas, and I love it.
What about Argentina?
Argentina would actually be close to my worst, and I'll get to that when I get there.
So was Australia and Africa.
Yeah.
No way. I
So,
would love to go to Africa.
also on my honorable mention list is San Francisco. We already talked about that. I had Orlando, which includes Disney and Universal. I had Greece, but I had already included Italy, and I didn't want another historic place like that on there. And Padre Island, because when I was a kid, we used to go there every summer, and we stayed at the Suntan Motel, and I'd go fishing and go to the beach, and I have lots of great childhood memories from there. And then I had a list of countries kind of like Kate did, but mine are more Europe-centric, like Germany, Switzerland, France, and Spain.
Germany seems really cool to go
I
to.
would love to go to Germany.
I love Germany.
No.
Germany
it's
is
a cool
beautiful.
place.
I don't.
It seems like a really cool place I want to go to.
I wouldn't want to go to Germany. It seems
Russia
dangerous.
seems pretty nice too.
Dangerous, Jet?
Yeah.
Maybe in the 1940s, but I
Didn't the
think
Nazis live there?
yeah, that was like 70 years ago.
There's no Nazis still around.
There are, and there are some in America even. However,
Wait, really?
it's not like you'd be in danger going to Germany right
Yeah,
now.
also-
Yeah, there's still racist and KKK and Nazis
Oh, yeah.
and
What
people
does
that
KKK stand for?
we'll talk about that at another
I
time. But yeah, Germany would be amazing to visit, I think. Yeah, so let's move on to
The worst.
what do you got, Cade?
The ghetto part of Chicago.
Like
Seems
South Central
terrible.
Chicago?
South Central Chicago sounds terrible. Like
Yeah.
the gangs. I wouldn't feel safe going outside at all. Seems like a really bad place to go. Now it seems like a bad place. Okay, now I'm gonna name a place for my second worst. That's just completely like why? Like no, why?
Okay, what?
Okay.
It's Kansas.
What?
Anywhere in Kansas is so boring because every state, every country has some interesting, really cool place about it. But Kansas, it's just flat, dead grass everywhere.
What's
There's a
the
lot of
Kansas
corn.
baseball team?
And corn is
Kansas
boring.
City Royals, but they're
Yeah, I like the
technically
Royals.
they play in Missouri though.
Well, it's still Kansas.
No, it's Missouri.
Yeah, but their name is Kansas, so it's still Kansas.
Okay. Kate, we've been to Kansas quite a few times for wrestling. And the place that we go usually is Dodge City, which is really in the middle of nowhere. So I could understand why you would feel that way. We did go to a dirt racing derby there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, all of Kansas is dirt and dead grass.
It's not dead grass. There's a lot of corn.
Corn.
When Mr. O'Borney hears this, he's going to be upset. He's from Kansas.
It's just that whenever I go to Kansas, it's just not fun. Like same with Oklahoma too. Oklahoma's not fun. It's
Okay,
just,
but
it's just
again,
mud
the
and
places we go in Oklahoma, I get it, because Tulsa's not nice, and the venues we go to in like small towns around Oklahoma
well, I
City
guess
aren't
Oklahoma
nice.
has a lot of beautiful nature.
They do, yeah. And Kansas has other cities that you haven't been to.
I've just only been to the one we Dodge. It's the only place I go to.
Dodge City is really in the middle of nowhere, so I get it. But there are some nice areas in Kansas. And Oklahoma, I hate Oklahoma, but there are some really nice places there.
Yeah, because they got a lot of trees.
Yeah,
the trees is
and
really
the camping
beautiful.
there is great. Yeah, so a lot of natural beauty.
Now that I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking of like Australia and stuff like that because like you'll die from a lot of things in Australia.
Yeah.
Same thing with Africa, mostly just mosquitoes in Brazil. Well, Brazil's a really awesome place to go. I would go to Brazil. That'd be really cool. But I'd probably get malaria. See, but there's just so many.
I don't think malaria is really in Brazil. I think that's more of an
What's
African.
malaria?
It's a disease that's passed around mostly by mosquitoes, and it's more prevalent
Can you
in
get it from
Africa.
ants?
I don't think so. No. All right, Jet. What is your worst?
Honestly, it's not really a worst.
Okay.
It's a hotel.
To your
a
list
hotel.
today, okay? And, it's always funny to have like one, just one mistake will be fine. But
Your whole list is
your
on this
whole
thing.
list is
So
just what?
this is actually kind of strange that you'd say this, Jet. One, it's just a strange
hold
answer,
on.
but okay, go
I
ahead.
love hotels, but like, I'm guessing some people consider that as a vacation.
So here's the deal. A couple things about this choice. It's a strange choice. Usually when you go on a vacation, you stay in a hotel. Yeah. So you sleep there and you shower there, but you're in another location. You're just staying there because your house isn't there. So like if we went to Orlando and we went to Disney World and Universal, we would go to a hotel to sleep and to eat and shower, because where else are you going to stay, right? So a hotel is a part of almost every vacation. And number two, when you were little, this actually reminded me when you said that, we went to San Francisco and you were so excited to go to the hotel every day.
But
you like couldn't wait to go. Like you would ask, "Are we going to the hotel? Is that the hotel? Can we go to the hotel?"
Yeah,
that was like your favorite place.
Yeah, it like still is, but like it's not the vacation.
I'm really confused by that. Okay, well, my worst is the Amazon rainforest.
I agree.
Really,
I take one step in and take a nice 360 cinematic view and then step out.
well, I think really any jungle type environment is just not my gig. I mean, I love exploring, and I'm sure there's tons to explore there, but it comes at a cost. You have mosquitoes and flies and snakes and humidity and sweat and sweltering heat and fear of death at every turn. It's just not my thing.
You know what another cool place to visit would be? Is that there's like a little passageway that connects from Mexico to South America.
Yeah,
and like
the Panama Canal.
the Panama Canal. I learn about it like almost every year for some random reason. I have no idea why, but I learn about it every year in history.
It was like a huge feat for man-made canals.
Yeah, because like,
It,
they didn't have to pass all the way around
Ships could
South
pass
America.
through it. Yeah.
So like, it'd be a cool place to visit. And I remember learning about the story of it, where people were sticking dynamite in the dirt and then they run out trying to carve the way through, you know, because it's still a big way through.
Yeah.
But like, man, that's cool. And I saw videos of like how they do the ships and like how like it moves. And we even had a test
Yeah.
that unit on.
I remember learning about that in school too.
I was like, why is this like such a
There's
big?
like a term for it, like it like rises. I can't remember what it's called.
There's like a word for it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but I saw a video of it. There's like a GoPro like on the bottom of the ship, you know, or next to the bottom of it, and it showed like the big metal plate rising and lifting up the ship, and then the gates falling, and then it like and then the ship goes down to the next one, and next one, and next one, and next one, and then it falls into the water in the last one. I'm like, wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of metal.
Cool. Jet, you look tired. Are you done?
No,
What's wrong?
I'm tired.
You are tired? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, let's wrap up. Jet's tired. We got through our list, right?
Almost an hour.
Thank you to everybody for taking the time to listen. Please check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/521podcast or tweet us at 521podcast. Give us your opinions there. Leave us a review on iTunes, please. I think we have 8 now, which is great, but I want like 800. So go to iTunes and leave us a review. Also, call us like Casey did, and you can be here with us on the show. 469-607-521. That's 469-607-5861.
And don't forget to buy OxyClean.
We got Billy Mays over here. Please join us next time on 5 to 1 for our
Billy
discussion
Mays.
on
Top 5 actors to meet in real life, or models, or any person that you want.
scratch actors, scratch models, just top 5 to 1 people to meet.
Or
It
artists.
doesn't matter what they are or what they do, just people
Or form.
that are not fictional. So real people that actually exist or existed.
Yeah, no.
Thinking is so
No,
hard.
they're not-
and
it's
I
not a
wanna
person.
Think, and I have to think a lot for this, and I like, because thinking hurts sometimes. Like when I overthink something, it really hurts. Like the area between my eyes and like a little bit below your eyebrows, or sometimes in between your eyebrows. It hurts. Like during like a STAR test, I got like, I'm thinking about like a question so much, and like they're like, always go over your test again. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate going over my test. It makes me rethink every single question. And so now, you know, I don't even do it anymore, and I do great on tests. But like thinking too much hurts, and I'm gonna have to think for this one, and it hurts, and I
Okay.
don't like it.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Love you.